It's 5-Minute Fridays, and I am on the clock, or we are on the clock. Today's question is, how do I expect the job market to look in player development long term with NIL and expansion of professional leagues? This is a great question. And I'm going to just keep it a buck. I think NIL, when it first came out, so many people were talking about branding and not business. And NIL to me was more business than branding. And so I think there's going to be a collapse, for lack of a better word, or there's going to be NIL nightmares that are about to come based off, that branding understanding over the business understanding, and also all this portal changing, right? When you got collectives paying people money and they're like, well, you're supposed to be here 2 years, I'm gonna go 1. So I think there's going to be some, for lack of a better word, nightmares. There's a lot of success stories, but I also think that there's going to be a lot of, this did not go well. And then I think there's going to have to be some development needed for athletes who felt like they've been wrong, athletes who feel like adults have, used them to get money, because it was crazy when NIL first started and all this branded stuff, man, it was crazy how fast people were making businesses and talking to athletes about branding, which is necessary in it, right? But NIL was really, to me, more business than branding, because you can brand all you want, but if you ain't got no business, you ain't gonna make no money. There's a story about someone, and you can look it up online. There was someone who had 2 million followers and couldn't sell one t-shirt in 2 hours. Then there's a story of a TikTok follower who had a lot of followers, but they could not get anybody to come to their one-on-one thing. So there wasn't a business model there, but that's a whole nother thing. So I think coming on the back end of that, where there are going to be stories where NIL wasn't what everybody thought it was, and there's going to be a lot of deals where you're going to have to develop athletes. The other aspect of that NIL development athletes is when people see people make money, they automatically think people are adults, right? So there are students making money, making good money, and NIL is good for them. And so automatically people say, well, do we need to develop because they're adults? And there's going to be stories of like, yeah, you should have developed. Why? Because athletes are speaking out more, right? You're going to see players that go to these professional leagues. And I know people in NFL that are in the player engagement space who are like, bro, what did y'all do at your university, right? Who are going to have these athletes who have these stories where they can't succeed on the next level, be it professional sports or professional work, corporate world, whatever you want to call it, because they weren't fully developed. So I think there's going to be a huge growth in player development. It's one of the reasons why I'm putting out so much content, because I think this is going to be like Spindletop. And some of y'all from Texas, somebody gonna hit the ground, boom, it's going to be player development oil everywhere. And the only face they going to see is this one. Nah. But for real though, y'all work with me. And so I think that's gonna happen. The expansion of professional leagues, that's been fun as well, seeing the expansion of professional leagues. And I think, once again, the player development job market is gonna grow. I think it's gonna grow because people are starting, athletes have stories and people are starting to connect. And this isn't a once every 4 year Olympics you hear stories, or once every Sunday on the 30 for 30 or the SC Sports Center featured, or this. You're hearing athlete stories every single day about what they're going through, wins and losses. Like, hey, this is, or good and bad. This has been great. This is what college has done for me, or this is what I wish I would have known in college, right? You're seeing players who are not prepared once it's all over. And so I think player development is going to grow immensely, because the focus on the athlete experience, which is in the definition of player development as I have it, which I define player development as the enhancement of the athlete experience through holistic and intentional programs and initiatives. As we focus more on the athlete experience, people are going to say, hey, we need to develop. And so as people develop, player development is going to grow. Now, if you're one of those people you're looking like, man, we need to develop, we need to grow. I am definitely going out and I'm helping programs, and I don't want you to miss out on this opportunity when I'm helping programs. So email me at info@btfprogram.com. Let's get connected so I can help your program, help you create a player development plan. But I'm excited with all the people that I'm working with now. It has been incredible seeing this thing grow, and I don't want you to miss out, because this train is going forward, and I want you to get on before this thing turned into a Amtrak locomotive, whatever, and choo choo. I don't even know what I'm talking about at this point. But anyway, yeah. So to answer that question, I think player development is going to grow. NIL it's going to even out. NIL is just going to become a part of everything, just like probably scholarships were at one point. Oh my goodness, they giving scholarships to athletes. What's going on? And then it became, something that everybody was used to, or meals, or different aspects of athletics. So that's why I think player development is going to grow. And as it grows, make sure y'all tune in. And if you liked anything, subscribe. So a lot of y'all watching this aren't subscribed. I want you to hit that subscribe button right now. We need you to subscribe, like, and share so more people can get this player development message, because we are going to the next level and you need to join us. And it looks like my timer's about to go off right now. So it has been great. Go out and create generational impact. Don't wait. Create that generational impact today. That's a loud ringer, man.